Greetings, scale modelers, and welcome to another quick and dirty build and review. This episode is going to focus on Lindbergh's Great Moments in History Pearl Harbor attack. And this is a diorama and a complete package that has acrylic paints. This is a vintage kit. My paints are dried, but no matter. It offers a lot of great support historic information that's fun to include in your diorama. And you get the USS Arizona and Nevada, along with a very credible, ocean Pearl Harbor. So let's get into this thing, take a closer look, and just have some fun with the hobby. Take notice of the amenity items that come along with the value kit. Let's see, here is a paintbrush was included, and this is acrylic color. And it's the full selection that you need. So I mean, every color that's in the instruction sheet is included with the paint kit. And the diorama base, this is really good because it's tight. It doesn't have a huge footprint, but it really gets the point across. You got the falling bumps, and they position it so Nevada is powering out of the harbor like history, like it really happened. And Arizona is here, and there's the mooring, and you got a little piece of island there. So, I mean, this really gets the job done, and it's going to be fun because I'm going to airbrush the water after I study some videos on how to do water. The diorama base is molded in a nice bright blue, and this is Rust-Oleum flat white paint and primer combination that is like, I intentionally did a half-ass job instead of just painting it complete white, because I just want that extra shade of blue to pop through there because it'll give you more depth. And then I'm going to go over this with the Tamiya clear blue and see how that looks. Now, the Lindberg Pearl Harbor kit represents an opportunity, really, because I mean, what we're talking about here is we're talking about two different battleship kits, and it just so happens I got a new Hobby Link order in, and I happen to have some airbrush style primer, and it's Vallejo black. And what I want to do is I want to do the Pepsi challenge between Nevada and Arizona, and I'm going to do one of the battleships with the Vallejo, and I'm going to do the other one with my new can of Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover Gloss Black. And now, modelers whose opinions I highly respect, they say gloss black is a really good primer. So I just want to see how the airbrush version works, building two very similar battleships. And maybe we'll learn something, or maybe they're both good, but we're going to learn something. Let's go. The Vallejo airbrush primer, I got it mixed about 50-50 with rubbing alcohol. And I just tried to... I'm building Nevada with Testors Black, and adhesion is superb, and of course it's full, chock full of those Texas and hexes and those odd numbered parts of the elemental table that, that solvent smell. Probably give you blind babies with 3 heads too, but I hope I don't find out about that. I mixed it a little thicker than I ordinarily would, and so this is how it went on. And it doesn't, the Rust-Oleum is going to go on just like straight black. You can't see, you're not going to be able to see any gray the way you can with this stuff. But this is just for acrylic paint, so we'll see how the acrylic paint bonds with that. So Nevada is the battleship I am building that is primed with the Vallejo, and I've done the deck, and I also masked off the deck and shot with gray the upper structure, and I'm getting ready to I'm just getting ready, like later on tonight I'm gonna have fun mixing up a proper red for the hull, because it's not just straight red, it's dark. So I'm gonna have fun trying to figure that out, and I got this hull masked off really nice. So Nevada is coming along. An extra step I needed to take, because I'm using the Seascape instead of using the display stand, I had to putty up the prop screws and the display stand holes. So after I sand those off, then it'll be ready to shoot with dark red. The Nevada flight deck, and I masked off and hand painted the boats with my detail brush, and now with the silver paint pen I'm going to do the big chains along the bow, and then I'm going to touch off these little deck details with some navy gray. Now, looking up these paint schemes for me is part of the fun of building the models. And Arizona and Nevada both. This was before the days of the shade of gray that we're all accustomed to. I mean, any model shop has like a battleship gray, and at Pearl Harbor's time period, it wasn't gray. I mean, that right there, that is a very close match for the Tamiya medium blue. And I think for the way I'm going to build Arizona is with some medium blue and a couple of drops of gray along with flat white. And I think that's going to get me to where I want to see with some of these photos, to where if you're standing 3 feet away, that's how I want that to look. Nevada, though, I did it as battleship gray. And the Arizona is primed with gloss black Rust-Oleum. Now, I'm doing the deck of Arizona with Tamiya thick cement. And I usually clamp and rubber band, but I got too many doodads coming off the deck of the ship right now to want to risk too much. So I can clamp down the bow, and I'll need to because this thing has an upward warp, and I expect yours will shall also. Also too, I had the exact same piece of flash on the port side of the deck as the Nevada did. So the two kits had the same flash. So style points for consistency. And it's tempting right now to do line panel wash because the deck lines are cut pretty well, but I'm too messy with it so far, and I don't have my technique down, so I think it's probably going to look better just not doing that. Rust-Oleum black paint and primer combination is fired with me. I will use this for some things and only in emergencies, because anytime you slip with a part when you're gluing it in, there is a black scar in the paint job, and I didn't have any of that happening with the Vallejo. So, you know, I was fixing one of the guns on the upper deck, and I was just, you know, fumbling around a little bit, and then you get this huge black mark because you just touched it, and it's too hard to work with. So having a thinner coat of an airbrush based primer was easier to do with Nevada, but with Arizona and the Rust-Oleum, I'm gonna back off using Rust-Oleum. It's too hard to use. I was looking at a drawing of Nevada from the Axis and Allies gaming website, and I noticed the yellow wings of the Kingfisher planes, and I think I just looked up a good online example of what the pre-war Vought Kingfisher paint job is like. So I'm getting to work on that now. Boy, those little stars in 500 scale are really cute. And look at those planes. These are going to look sharp. A quick word about Testors Black. The adhesion on this is superb. However, keeping the pathway open, it is every bit as awful as super glue, and it is prohibitively difficult to get the full use of the container because of the way the cement dries. So I mean, it works, but it's only going to work a couple of times, and I've been driving myself crazy, you know, with paper clips and sharp objects trying to do this, and it's just more trouble than it's worth, but it works. So, you know, there's 10 cents worth of free advice. So I'm back to Tamiya thick cement. I just spent about the last 15 minutes tying up these rigging lines, and the resolution on my cell phone is pretty good. So, you know, you can see how sloppy these look, but from a distance, they actually look pretty darn good. The first line I did is the floppiest, but You know, the other two came off okay. And, you know, Lindberg quality, you know, not terrific, but good, you know, competent, but not outstanding. I mean, this mast was bent when I got it. So, I mean, that's as good as it gets with this. I mean, there's no bending it back. And I'm glad I looked up the color scheme on Arizona. Um, the planes match the period, but might not be the exact ones like Arizona had. But the red turret tops, that's definitely fucking cool, and those look good. And so my Arizona component is taken care of, and the front flagpole was missing from the sprue. Oklahoma was good, but with Arizona I was missing the front flagpole, so I just took my snips and clipped off a safety pin and heated it up with a lighter and stuck it in there. And so that's my front flagpole, is a safety pin. And Arizona's looking pretty damn good. So here's Arizona over here at the dock, and Nevada is here getting underway. And detail is decent. You know, the quality, I don't know, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. And I'm glad I looked up the Arizona color scheme for those red turret tops. So this is going to be a nice centerpiece for the other models to be set up around for the Pearl Harbor diorama. All right, the long-awaited Pearl Harbor diorama is together now. I got nameplates for each of the planes. I got Welch and Taylor. And here's the airman from Akagi. Thanks to Max's Models for letting me know who the pilot was. And that's the Tamiya A6M2 model. And here it's a slightly incorrect P40E from Hasegawa. And this is the correct B Tomahawk model with the wings rigged from Monogram Revell. And this is Lindberg's Oklahoma and Arizona, along with the included diorama base from the 90s, Lindberg models, along with the map that they provided for Pearl Harbor. So that's the diorama. Looking good. Okay, this is the Lindberg section of my Pearl Harbor diorama, and just take a look at these beautiful babies. I mean, the size of it was really nice to work with, and it's got decent detail. The superstructure, a little bit sketchy, but whatever. You know, I mean, I wish I'd had this thing in 4th grade when I was doing my history project of the Pearl Harbor attack. This thing would have been sweet and would have kicked little Bobby's history project in the dick, I'm telling you. Anyway, this kit was a lot of fun. If you see one of these on eBay, snap it up. And, you know, this Great Moments in History series that Lindbergh has also has Monitor versus Merrimack and the USS Missouri Tokyo Bay surrender diorama. So this is a very good value, a fun package, you know, the paints, the historic support material and all that good stuff. So I do recommend this a lot. And this has been another quick and dirty